Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. In today's show we've got a review for Six Flags Great Adventure, located pretty much in New Jersey. Now this is a park where it's one of the biggest parks in the world, so a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about. Got a massive safari which is really good fun. Recommend doing it, especially if you've just eaten or need a break from the roller coasters. Talking of those roller coasters, we're going to talk about them with the exception of Adverture, which is going to have its own separate review as opposed to being a part of this one. I think I've got some interesting thoughts on it, so we're going to be getting back to that at a later date. Let's start with the tallest roller coaster in the world, King's Car. This ride has maybe got a really good launch, but I will be honest, it does feel like you're being sent down. It's in a washing machine. It's not great. It's a bit shaky, pretty vibratey, and just generally a little bit uncomfortable. I'll put it this way, it was actually difficult to see for part of it. It was shaking so much, so I will be honest, a little bit underwhelmed by it. And sadly, the ride attached to it, the world's highest drop tower, is sadly closed as well during it. Oh well, these things happen. Talking of rides, which actually was the complete opposite of being disappointing, Nitro. I mean, I'd heard so many kind of negative things about this ride, and it turns out it has a stunning drop, really good airtime. The operations were unbelievable. I watched a video from Adverture Ryan recently, and he was discussing how the fact this ride was actually overshooting or doing better than its apparent operational max should be able to, and it felt like it was doing the same when I was there. The dispatches were just ridiculous. It was literally just, they almost continuous. Yeah, I mean, unbelievably good. Obviously, they aren't the only roller coasters at this park. Obviously, they have like a B&M floorless coaster, which is decent in Pizarro. They have a flying coaster, which is also really good. They also have like a stand-up coaster, which is okay, nothing too bad. This park also has like a really good selection of dark rides and thrill rides, which obviously they've been adding to over the last few years. Obviously, they've got the classic kind of Spin Sanity style ride, huge 170 odd foot pendulum ride, which will scare the life of God out of you, but at the same time, it's also amazingly thrilling. Just generally, also this park is just really, really good fun. Generally really enjoyed myself there. I mean, it's a little bit of a shame that in 2020 they're going to be adding like a brand new RMC style roller coaster, and it's only bad news because I probably won't get to go on it for a number of years. But oh well. In terms of food, I actually thought this park had some really good options. Actually, had effectively like kind of like deli, kind of like sort of like theme place, which actually wasn't too bad. Could be a little bit better, but obviously good options. Dining with the dining plan, I suppose. I mean, it's one thing. Good news, I suppose, with Six Flags parks is different parks do have different particular food options, which is quite nice, and just adds a little bit of variety in there. But I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. I mean, the pizza was okay as well, but I mean, overall, not too bad a park. In some ways, in terms of food, park itself was actually really clean, really tidy, huge, pretty quiet as well. Obviously, it was a really nice sunny day, so could potentially have done with a little bit more shelter as well. Would be the only other criticism. Little fun fact: it was so warm that me and my friend actually did spend about half an hour to 45 minutes chilling back at the car with the air conditioning on, just to get rid of it again and get rehyped. Will say getting in was a little bit slow, which was a bit of a pain. But I will be honest, this park is really good. Really, really good park. One of the parks I've been, kind of like looking forward to going to for a number of years. Right up there when it comes to like the likes of Magic Mountain and such. Will be honest, I do think this park really did need to be reinvested in with major roller coasters. It was starting to, not to say stagnate, but starting to become noticeable. They hadn't added anything, so now that they have, really good. I mean, it's a park I'd highly recommend going to, especially next year when they're adding obviously the major new roller coaster. So generally speaking, really, really impressed, and as I said, look forward to doing the Adverture review a bit separately. I mean, I could spoil it a little bit, I definitely enjoyed the ride, but not as much as maybe I thought it would. So we'll leave it at that. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next video, and hopefully you've enjoyed this one.